We've just had a Star Citizen roadmap roundup and details of a new Cloud Imperium UK studio. I want to be talking about that and more today. On the roadmap, there are some structural changes, similar to the previous announcement of Richard Tyree shifting focus to Squadron 42. Cloud Imperium have now said, we will be updating our team structures to grant Squadron 42 a dedicated character art team, assumedly Cat Nyan. Therefore, we're going to see the addition of 3 new teams on the roadmap and in the future: Squadron 42 character art, Star Citizen character art, and character tech art. These teams were all under the character art and tech umbrella, and resources on those teams were used across both Star Citizen and Squadron 42. With this change, these teams are now dedicated resources for their respective projects, rather than splitting their time between two, which has already resulted in measurable benefits to all 3 teams across the board. The deliverables for these teams haven't changed, so you'll find them to be the same as the last published for Q4. The original character art and tech team will remain on the roadmap through Q3 as legacy data. So don't expect huge changes on the roadmap in the short term, is basically what they're saying, because they're still going to be working on the same things. The Origin X1 bike has been added to the progress tracker, with work currently completing on that at the end of June 2022, and it makes sense because Cloud Imperium want to get that in the game, as now we have the 400i flyable, and it houses an X1 bike, or at least it's supposed to. I don't think the 400i comes with an X1 as standard, but I hope to be mistaken on that, because that would be cool if people get them for free with 400i's, and it would sort of make sense, maybe, question mark. It was revealed that one of the unannounced ships that Cloud Imperium have been touting for a while was indeed the 400i at CitizenCon, and it's flyable in 3.15, so that's all been updated on the roadmap as well. The Rastar tool. So this is one of the things I am most excited about. It allows the placement of modular structures on planet surfaces, including the deformation of the surrounding terrain to accommodate it. This will eventually be used by players to place their own structures, such as with the Consolidated Outland Pioneer. We know that base building has expanded somewhat from the original idea, and this is going to help to allow that. So it's not only a tool that they use internally to place things and buildings and outposts and all that sort of stuff, it will evolve and become our tool for doing that. The work on it is currently pegged for completion at the end of March 2022, but as with all things on the progress tracker, we don't know how much more work is required beyond that, or if there are multiple stages of work or whatever. We just know that the current sort of cycle of work that's currently planned will end then, or is pegged to end then. But the Rastar tool, that placement of bases and outpost tool, is a huge step towards player bases, and we know that they are significantly more expanded than previously expected, with just the Consolidated Outland Pioneer dropping in outposts. That's more of a mobile factory now, and you probably won't need one to build a base, they said. So lots of cool stuff there. Base building in Star Citizen is one of the things I am most looking forward to. So please tell me what you think and what you hope base building will allow, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be the exploitation of resources, and it's going to allow you to do mining, refining, and all that sort of stuff based on the structures you build around your base. The Xi'an medium fighter, the Santok Yai, is being re-evaluated on the roadmap, and so it's temporarily removed from the progress tracker until they figure out where it's going to fit in their schedule. Shop and Patreon updates have been pushed back from 3.15 to 3.16 at the end of the year, as they want to polish it more. The feature plans to vastly expand the interactive usables needed for an assortment of shops and patrons, with the populating of dozens of shops with the vendor behavior. They want to see coffee stands and pizza bars and kiosks and more all get these updates and be more interactive, and have the NPCs just sort of active there. This coincides with plans for deeper selling and cargo updates now in 3.16, so I'm actually pretty happy with that. I want to be able to sell lots of random stuff, and I'm hoping that we see some more updates to 3.16's roadmap and beyond in the next roadmap update, because I thought that was a bit too brief, and we do know that there's been a big structural change at Cloud Imperium with the way that they're going to be releasing things for patches, but maybe we're not going to see that much of a change this year, because most of the stuff was already set potentially in stone, so maybe it's just going to affect 2022. I saw an article as well. New Cloud Imperium office in the UK at the centre of Manchester, Manchester Goods Yard. So this is a big building that's being used as a focused office, not just for Cloud Imperium, it seems. There's going to be other people sharing with them, though they have taken 87,130 square foot at that building, which is a huge amount of office space. The press release in the article says, Cloud Imperium Games, an international independent game company, has committed to the largest deal of the year, demonstrating its confidence in the office market by moving its whole UK operation into the city centre. Now, that's interesting wording. So, you can expect this to replace the Wilmslow studio, which is just down the road, pretty close to Manchester anyway. However, it also sounds like it's going to be replacing the Derby studio as well, so they're merging into one, because the term, its whole UK operation into the city centre. That sort of makes sense, right? This looks to be a much nicer place for Cloud Imperium sort of staff to work, potentially more accessible, potentially. I haven't actually looked at the full logistics of that, but it is a much larger property with room to expand even further, so you can expect many more hires for the game, and they just keep on hiring for Star Citizen. I wonder if they're going to be at like 800 employees by the end of next year or something like that. Might even be more. Who knows? Well, we will next year. Also, JR Fabrication, who make Star Citizen model kits, have a 1 to 500 range now, so little tiny ships, and they're just about to release their Carracks. They are pretty pricey, but they are fantastic quality, and I love my larger scale Arrow and Dragonfly I have from them. I think they're just fantastic. I love the sort of airfix kits and model kits and all that sort of jazz, and they're sort of pretty in game almost. It's pretty cool. On Friday on Star Citizen's Twitch, live at 4 PM UTC, we have Todd Pappy and Richard Tyree talking all about Alpha 3.15. Sometimes they mention things that are going to be happening in the future as well, and obviously 3.15 isn't released beyond First Wave PT at the moment, so it is worth watching. Boom, that's it for a quick news update. But what do you think? Do you like the continuing expansion of Cloud Imperium Studios? Do you think there's a worry that they're going to over-expand and over-leverage, and they're not going to be making as much money in the years to come? Or do you think it's a great idea, they need to be spending the money on development of the game and expanding studios and just making the game, so this is great? Are you looking forward to the Rastar tool and base building? Are you going to be collecting loots in 3.15 to potentially sell in 3.16? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Some people say I shill for NordVPN, but listen to some of these comments that I just made up. I've never felt the love of a woman before, but then I got NordVPN, and that didn't matter. Doctor said I'd never walk again, but then I got NordVPN. Now I've been running marathons. Also, I got robot legs around the same time. They might have helped somewhat too. I was a tone-deaf pirate, but after getting NordVPN, I'm able to play the saxophone. Go on, Zin, try and animate all of this. Click then explode to get NordVPN. It might lead you to a more fulfilling life, but more likely, it will just help protect you from the terrors of the internet. What ship are we giving away in October? It is one of the most exciting ships we've given away, and one of the most popular. It's the Argo Cargo. So many people liked it, we thought we'd give one away, instead of a Mercury Star Runner, or a Carrack or something else. You can do fun things, like fly around a planet, or fly very slowly into the sun. And it also makes my top 16 ships that I liked in the ship showdown this year. Me and Zin are sort of on holiday for a week, so we had to quickly film a ship giveaway, so we do have CitizenCon coming up, and we may have some other things going on the channel that will make it worth your while commenting, so do what you want. I'm not your dad. You should definitely press the join button below my videos, though, and you should certainly like and subscribe, and bell bother. Click on the bell. I don't know what it does, but it makes me money somehow. I don't know what's going on. Thanks very much for watching, though, and I'll see you in the next one.